We're talking obesity in the U.S. The average individual in the U.S. is overweight. What do you think about that? What can be done about it?
What do I think about that? I don't think it's a good thing. I think in general, bodybuilders, we're kind of our own breed and we're not the typical person. I think most people need to do a better job being active and eating a healthy diet, not so much processed food, not so much sugar. And that would really help their overall health. Ultimately, if our country is overweight and obese, it's going to lead to increased costs for healthcare for everyone. It also leads to decreased productivity for our workforce, which is not good for the country's GDP. And then also on top of that, it's going to increase a lot of healthcare spending on mental health too, because when you're not eating well, when you're not active, you're much more likely to have anxiety, depression, mental health issues, which ultimately just becomes a burden on our society. So it's really important to, not just for your own well-being, but for the sake of, the general population, the well-being of our country. It would be better if everyone took their health and fitness a little more seriously.
Would you date someone who's overweight or not in shape?
Yeah, I have dated people that are overweight or not in shape, and it's not my preference. I definitely prefer someone who's active. I don't need to date a pro bodybuilder or anything, but I do prefer someone that's fit. Ultimately, the biggest hang up for me as someone who is a bikini pro and someone who's very involved in fitness, it's just a mismatch of values, right? It's a mismatch of lifestyle. If I'm going to the gym every day and my partner is never going to the gym, is constantly eating fast food, when I'm eating my meal prep. So it's more of just about compatibility, I think. So for me personally, I just want someone who values health and has some type of fitness routine. They don't have to be a bodybuilder, but my preference is someone who's fit versus someone who's overweight.
Now, what made these people still eligible even though they were out of shape? Were they really funny or really rich? What was the deal there?
I would say the men I have dated that were overweight tended to, yes, have good personalities, typically highly intelligent, charismatic. My most recent boyfriend, he was an entrepreneur, so he had his own business. He was very successful, and I tried to kind of encourage him to live a healthier lifestyle by meal prepping for him and his son and things like that. But ultimately, somebody has to want to do it for themselves.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of people here, all very fit, all very active. I mean, this is like a different echelon of people. Like, do you think these people here have had coitus more than twice in their lifetime? Is that even possible? Coitus? It's a scientific way of saying sexual intercourse.
I think the people that are here have had sex more than twice in their lives.
Is that even possible?
Yes, that's possible.
Wow. That's impressive. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for the interview.